Oh my God, I literally cannot believe what I'm about to tell you. This isn't just a rumor, this isn't some crazy fan theory. I'm talking about a shockwave, an earthquake in the NFL universe that's about to shake the very foundation of Titletown. Right now, as we speak, behind closed doors in the darkest corners of NFL front offices, something unbelievable is unfolding. A trade scenario so insane that it could rewrite history. And I guarantee you, what you're about to hear is no joke. I'm telling you, this is bigger than anything you've ever imagined, and if you think you know football, think again. Because what I've uncovered, it's a secret so explosive, so mind-blowing that it could send shockwaves across the league, across fans, across the entire NFL landscape. Are you ready? Because what I'm about to reveal might just change everything for the Green Bay Packers. History in the making. A move that will send chills down your spine. And I guarantee, no, I promise, that you've never seen anything like this before. But first, if you're truly a die-hard fan, if you want in on the biggest, most secretive, most jaw-dropping NFL story of 2026, then you better hit that subscribe button right now, smash that like, and turn on that bell. Because what I'm about to share, well, it's for the insiders, the true believers, the ones who realize that sometimes the game isn't just played on the field. It's played in the shadows, in whispers, in secret negotiations that could change the destiny of a franchise forever. The true insiders know if you're not in, you're out. So don't miss out. Stay tuned because what's coming will blow your mind, and I promise you, this is just the beginning. Now let's take you behind the curtain, into a world of clandestine meetings, confidential sources, and whispers of greatness that could soon become rock-solid reality. Imagine this. The Green Bay Packers, a storied franchise with over a century of NFL history, sitting quietly in Titletown, secretly plotting a move so bold it could shake the league to its core. The Packers, after 5 long years of near misses, playoff heartbreaks, and a brutal division that refuses to loosen its grip, are secretly eyeing the most unexpected, the most unimaginable upgrade the NFL has seen in years. And that upgrade, that game-changing, history-shaping, league-shaking move, it's none other than the addition of B.J. Hill, the relentless, unstoppable force of Cincinnati's interior defense. Yes, B.J. Hill, the B.J. Hill, one of the most underrated yet impactful defensive tackles in the league, poised to become a Green Bay legend. But how? How could this be possible? What's really happening behind closed doors? And why would the Bengals even consider parting with one of their most consistent, game-winning interior defenders? Trust me, the answers are shocking, they're strategic, and they're about to blow your mind. Let's start by looking at the scene behind those closed doors. Cincinnati, a team that's been on the rise, but also facing tough cap decisions, roster evaluations, and the looming threat of the NFL's brutal salary cap, is eyeing every option. Hill, at 30 years old, coming off a career-best season, with 66 tackles, 4 sacks, and more importantly, the ability to clog up the middle and generate pressure against the run and pass alike, is absolutely vital for Cincinnati's future. But the league is ruthless, and with 2 years left on his $33 million extension, the Bengals are eyeing a possible trade, a move so strategic that it could vault the Packers from their current mediocrity straight into legitimate NFC contenders. And why the Packers? Why now? Because, folks, the Packers are at a crossroads. After 5 years of trying to rebuild the defense, trying to find that missing piece to push them over the top, they're finally making bold moves. A new coaching staff, a fresh offensive scheme, Jordan Love maturing into a true franchise QB, they're ready to take the leap. But they're also facing cap hell, tough roster cuts, and the urgent need to bolster their interior line. And here's the kicker. Sources close to the front office reveal that the Packers see in B.J. Hill the perfect puzzle piece. A veteran, a leader, an interior disruptor who can change the entire complexion of their defensive line, and more importantly, ignite their championship ambitions. Now picture this, a secret league meeting where Packers GM Brian Gutekunst sits across from Cincinnati's front office. They're discussing a blockbuster deal that would send shockwaves through the NFL. Rumor has it, Cincinnati is seeking a combination of draft picks, perhaps a high-round pick or a young promising player, and maybe even a future conditional pick. In return, the Packers get B.J. Hill, a proven game changer, a player whose presence alone could transform their defense, and ignite the entire city of Green Bay with hope. And it's not just about the numbers. This is about leadership, passion, and making a statement. Hill, for his part, reportedly has expressed interest in a fresh start, in competing at the highest level. And if the deal goes through, he'll be embracing the Green Bay legacy, donning that iconic green and gold, and becoming the centerpiece of a defense that once boasted Lombardi's name as the ultimate symbol of greatness. Now just imagine the impact on the field. B.J. Hill in Lambeau smashing through offensive lines with the ferocity of a hurricane. His relentless pursuit, his ability to collapse the pocket, and his knack for clutch plays, it all aligns perfectly with LaFleur's vision. And I ask you, what would this do for the Packers' playoff chances? How much more dangerous would they become? You think they're good now? Just wait. Hill's presence would turn their front into an unstoppable fortress, intimidating even the best offenses in the league. But that's just the beginning. Because behind the scenes, the whispers talk about the incentives, the details, the little-known moves that could unlock a future so bright, it's almost surreal. Think about the implications. A defensive line so dominant, it can shut down the run game of rivals like Detroit, Minnesota, and Chicago. Imagine a front where Kenny Clark, Devont Wyatt, and B.J. Hill form one of the league's most terrifying interior trios. This isn't fantasy, folks. This is the future if this trade happens. And trust me, the league's biggest rivals are already trembling at the thought. They know, just like we do, that this move could be the final piece the Packers need to become NFC champions again. And listen, this isn't just about defense. It's about the emotional impact, the locker room vibe, the stadium roar, the fans' dreams of redemption. B.J. Hill, a guy with a motor so relentless, who fights every snap like it's his last, he'd be the heartbeat of Green Bay's new era. Imagine the celebrations, the sacks that turn into game winners. Picture Lambeau Field alive with kinetic energy, fans chanting, "Let's go, B.J." It's a new chapter, a new dawn, and it all begins with this one bold move. But let's take this even deeper. Because the NFL is a chessboard, and the moment this trade becomes public, everything changes. The league reacts, teams scramble to make their moves, rivals brace for impact. And the Packers, they suddenly leap into the top tier of NFC contenders, a team no longer just trying to compete but built to dominate. The whispers say that in the league's inner circles, there are already talks of Green Bay's resurrection, of a new dynasty rising from the ashes. That's how seismic this move could be. And think about the financial side, the cap space, the future flexibility. Packers are experts at cap maneuvering. They've done it before. Cutting a player here, restructuring a deal there, they're ready to make this happen. Because they see the bigger picture, a championship window that's just opening with B.J. Hill as the cornerstone. And I ask you, isn't that what every fan dreams of? To see their team rise from the ashes, to reclaim their glory, to etch their name in NFL history? Yes, and this trade, it's the spark that could set the entire league ablaze. Now let's talk about the personal side. B.J. Hill, at 30 years old, with a family, a legacy. Imagine him stepping into Lambeau, embracing that rich history, becoming a symbol of grit and resilience. His impact won't be just on the field. It'll be in the community, in the locker room, in the hearts of every Packers fan who's ever dreamed of a new era of greatness. Picture him flashing that fierce smile, giving the fans a moment they'll never forget, a symbol of hope, of perseverance, of victory. And with that, I want you to think bigger. Think about the NFL's future. Think about the Super Bowl dreams, the MVPs, the highlight reels. Because with B.J. Hill, the Packers aren't just contenders, they're favorites. They're destined. This move could mark the beginning of a new renaissance in Titletown, a return to dominance that will echo through history. But hold tight, because I haven't even told you the biggest secret of all. That secret, my friends, is that behind the scenes, negotiations are already underway. That this isn't just a rumor, it's a plan, a strategy, a calculated move to make history. And if it happens, if this trade goes through, then mark my words, the NFL will never be the same. So if you're a true Packers fan, if your heart beats for that green and gold, you need to be ready. Because the moment this news breaks, everything changes. And I promise, once it's out, we'll be celebrating the biggest comeback story in NFL history. This isn't just hype, it's destiny. A new chapter is about to be written, and it all starts with the biggest trade in NFL history. B.J. Hill to the Green Bay Packers. Are you ready for greatness? Because it's coming, and I guarantee you'll want to say you saw it first. This is more than a story, it's a revolution, and it's about to unfold right now. So stay locked in because what's coming will blow your mind and you'll never forget where you were when history was made. Welcome to the future, Packers Nation. The moment you've waited for, it's just around the corner. Let's go.